Joining us now here from the Boise airport, fresh off winning the series in historic fashion for the Nevada Wolfpack, were scored 13 runs in one inning, the most for any Nevada team since 2018, 17 runs on Sunday, the most since 2019. And a big part of that is one of their 1-2 punch and Aaliyah Jenkins and Haley Painter, who joins us now here on In the Circle of D1 Softball. That's a lot of stats I've just read there. Pretty impressive, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let me start with both of you here. Take me through that inning where you're scoring 13 runs in that inning. What was it like to be in the dugout? What's it like? You both contributed to that inning.
Yeah, I think it was super fun. Like it was super upbeat. It was exciting. We had Sauce, who's a freshman, get her first career hit, which was awesome to watch and to be a part of. I think it was upbeat, fun. Everyone was loose, having a good time. So
Yeah, I actually I led off that inning and I led off with a bunt and nobody's expecting that really from me. I have a few bunts this year, but not too much. And I was safe and it was a really cool moment for me at least to lead off. Um, but yeah, and then I think getting that inning, I stole a base to second, and then I was hitting a hit and run. We did a hit and run after that. Yeah. And then I got to third, and like it just kept rolling after that. It was a lot of fun. It felt like everybody it was really contagious.
When did you know in that inning that it was a special inning that was unfolding?
Ooh. I would say when we had bases loaded consistently for like at least three batters and we still had no outs the whole time. Like it was rolling. Yeah.
yeah, and we also got I think two at bats each that
Yeah,
inning.
I did
That
get two
very
at-bats.
inning, we had two at bats each. So it was just kind of just kept rolling through the lineup.
Yeah.
But then you decided to get in the act in the home run in the next inning. In the fourth.
Yes, right.
Take me through that at bat.
Um, I think in that at bat, started with I got a strike call in. She hadn't been throwing in much that game, so I wasn't really worried about it. And then went away with a curveball. I didn't really like the call, but I was still 0-2 doesn't scare me very much. So, and then I believe I felt something off, and then I just like turned on the inside pitch. Inside is one of my favorite pitches, but I don't really expect it that often. And so when I got it and I turned on it, I was like, I just gotta do damage on one pitch here and love Boise. And it just floated right out the park. So it was pretty cool.
That's incredible. What does it mean to win a series like this on the road? As we'll get to, you're going to have your first home game of the year this week, and
Yeah.
a big weekend ahead. But what did it mean to get out of Boise with a big series win like that against a team that could score a bunch of runs themselves at Boise?
Well, I think it was huge for us, like as a team. And it's also like nothing really new to us. We've been on the road the past 6 weeks. So we've kind of been in that routine, being on the road, playing on the road. Uh, but it definitely was a huge team win, and it definitely feels good going home into such a big week. We have 4 games this week, and we play San Diego at home, which is a big series. So we're kind of riding a high right now and going to carry it through the rest of the season.
Yeah. I'd say the same thing. We're not an easy team to beat. Like if you're gonna beat us, you're gonna have to beat us a hard way and figure it out. And something in that whole win that another team might get is gonna have to come from us beating ourselves at some point. When we're playing Wolfpack softball, we're unbeatable. So
As we tape this, you're 23-8 on the season. What have you all learned about this team 31 games in?
a lot.
Yeah.
This team knows how to come back from big deficits. We know how to punch first in a game. We have a lot of cool tools in people, and a lot of people can play different positions, like just a team full of versatility, and we're not scared of a team. There's not one team we've been scared of, and it's been fun. We've been barreling balls since the first weekend, and it's exciting to watch. It's exciting to be a part of too.
Let me ask you, Haley, about let's give the pitcher some shine here. Tell us a little bit about the pitching staff, and then we'll go back to offense. We promise. But let's talk about the pitching staff, because Haley McLean, has had a great year, 10 wins. Just talk about the rest of the staff and what they provide for this team.
I think Haley McLean specifically, she's just very electric. She has a very contagious energy. She's a big presence, and it's really fun to play behind her and to play behind all of them, really. But Haley McLean's more like outward and like infectious in that way, and the rest of them kind of have like a silent confidence about them, which is really fun to play behind.
Yeah. I never know exactly what's going on in any of our pitchers' heads. Being a catcher on this team as well, never really know what's going on in there, but sometimes they need like a little pat on the back and be like, come on, like we need you here. And sometimes it's like I got to get on them a little bit and be like, I need you to toughen up in this situation because you have great defenders. Like our defense gets better every game. You have great defenders, you have great hitters. Like we just need to go get our bats in our hands. So like get me out of an inning here.
You two are great hitters, but you're not the only great hitters you have on the roster. Tell us a little bit about your other hitters on this lineup that have put up big numbers as well that maybe are under the radar.
Yeah, Sage Alfaro had herself a weekend.
Yeah.
I think she killed it this weekend. She was leading off the majority of the games. I think she led off every game this year.
Yeah,
Or this
week, yeah.
She's killing it right now. Like it's so cool to watch. And we were actually just talking about it. She's like a leadoff, and I played first base. Like they have no idea what's going on right now. And I was like, yeah, I have no idea what's going on right now either. Like I never know if she's gonna slap something, if she's gonna hit something, if she's gonna take a walk, which she does well. Like Sage had herself a weekend. It was really fun to watch.
I think Maya Larson too is having a really good weekend, or she's getting hot at the right time. She was hot last weekend too. She had a lot of timely hits that were big for us in the Stanford games that we played. So I think she just is starting to get hot. She just needs to keep it rolling, and that'd be huge for us.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you're both playing under head coach Victoria Haywood in her first year as head coach there. What is it like playing for her?
Competitive. Yeah, competitive. Like she is always on us, both of us, about being our best when our best is needed. That's one of our quotes that we have this year. Just being our best when our best is needed. And we're always working through stuff. And she's always right there being like, you guys are going to figure it out because you guys have figured it out before. She's a little hard on us sometimes, but like, I feel like it's what we need, both of us at least, to be where we want to be when on May 10th, when we got to play in this tournament. So
yeah, she's very big on refusing to lose.
Yeah.
Like changing your mindset and into like, you're not beating me on this pitch and this at bat. Like you're not going to beat me and I'm going to outgrit you and I'm going to win.
Yeah.
All right, Haley, and I want to do this. Haley, I want you to describe Aaliyah Jenkins, the player, for the audience. And then, Aaliyah, you return the favor and describe Haley Painter. Who wants to go first?
Oh gosh, you go.
Okay. I would say Aaliyah's very well-rounded and she's very passionate. She can hit a ball over the fence, but she can also drop it down in front of you, which is kind of scary as a third baseman because you're like, well, I don't know how to play this right now. Like I don't want a bunt dropped in front of me, and I also don't want the ball down my throat, so it's kind of just like she's very passionate and she's becoming a very good leader. I think you're maturing in ways that are obviously as a softball player, but as a human being too. I've seen a lot of growth in her. So I'm very, very proud of her.
See. Yeah. I love playing next to Painter. She's like especially this year, I feel like I've watched her grow from the second she got on campus to where we are now. A little rough in the beginning, and like I think it's because she had to find a way to build a sense of confidence in herself and not rely on other people for it. And I feel like this year, every time she gets in that box, I'm expecting a home run just because of the way that she looks. Like she looks in control at all times. And to me, it's like so cool to watch when maybe I just flew out and now I get to go watch Painter hit. I'm like, oh, she's got it in the bag. Like we have a runner on second base and maybe I didn't execute, but I'm like, oh, she's got it. She got me every time. And like I've seen her mature not only in the box but on the field. She's very like, I'm stealing your word, well-rounded in that way of like she can also play a great third base and she's also gonna hit the crap out of the ball. So
pretty good. Both of you did good work there. How did you both get interested in softball growing up?
Oh, my dad played baseball. My grandfather played baseball. My mom played softball. I played a lot of sports growing up, but I was just kind of drawn to softball. I don't know. I just had the most fun while I was doing it. So a lot of it has been fueled by my parents, and then all my younger siblings play too. So it's kind of just like a family thing for us.
Yeah, family thing for me. My older sister played softball, and my dad and my mom actually met each other while playing in an adult softball league. So I just watched my sister. My sister is 5 years older than me. And so I would watch her play and then I'd be like, yeah, I want to do it. And I also was not good at any other sport. I fouled out of basketball every game that I played in the 8th grade. So
that's incredible. Describe student athlete life and living in Reno, Nevada.
In Portland, passenger last name Stern.
Love Reno. Reno's, I think that there's a lot of things that you can do in Reno as like not only a student, but like just a person living there. I've lived here over the summers for the past 3 years just because I love it here so much. Being a student athlete here is crazy. It's wild. We're also both
STEM.
we're STEM majors, so public health, and it's been tough. And at times, being on the road for 6 weeks in a row, 7 weeks in a row, in the beginning of season, you're missing a lot of school, and you're in the middle of midterms, and you have to be on a plane, and it's like figuring out how to juggle everything. But I think we have a great support system, and like for the past few weekends, we've had class as a team where you have to go downstairs and get your homework done, and so that's also something that's helpful here.
Yeah.
How excited are you to finally be playing at home this week?
Oh my God.
Thrilled.
Thrilled.
Absolutely
I think
thrilled.
thrill's the best word. Something about
really
Nixon.
excited. I love being in Nixon. I love the environment. I love
Yes.
being surrounded by our people. I love waking up in my own bed, having
Yep.
my own routine. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be easy. I believe you got Idaho State. You've got, obviously, the big series at San Diego State that a lot of people have circled since the schedule came out for various reasons, obviously with Coach Haywood's ties there and everything like that. And then you got the rivalry with UNLV. So it's going to be an exciting home stretch for the fans. But what's going to be the keys for the team here moving forward? Because I know you all have big goals this year. There's reasons why you're still here is to achieve those goals and get to where San Diego State has been. So what are some things you have to work on to accomplish those goals for the remainder of the season?
I think just being focused and staying within ourselves, not worrying about other teams in our conference and not worrying about an umpire in a game, like just staying and working our own process. So we're not worried about outward things and controlling the controllables. I think that would be huge for us and taking care of our bodies too.
Yes.
We're traveling a lot. We're playing a lot of games. We're on our feet a lot. So just taking care of our bodies and making sure we're as prepared as we can be mentally and physically.
I would say the same thing. Playing Nevada softball. When we play Nevada softball and our pitchers are dealing and they're feeding the defense and our offense is rolling and we're getting people on and getting them in, like we are literally unstoppable. It happened today. Like our pitchers are dealing, they're feeding the defense. Cool. Now we're gonna go back in and have a 13-run inning. Like that's literally how it plays out. And it's the same. We faced the same pitchers today that we faced on Friday. And the difference is that on Friday we were really focused on what the other team was doing and how they were looking and what we were going to see from their pitchers. And today we came in and said, no matter what pitcher steps on that mound, we're going to do damage from pitch what, which we did. So
Yeah.
You did and then some. My last question is, you're at the Boise airport. How would you grade the Boise airport versus some of the other airports you've been?
Be like a B.
I'm giving a C plus.
Oh.
It's really tiny down here.
It
in
is.
the side that we're in, and there's not very much food.
Yeah.
Best airport. All right, best airport you've been. Best airport.
Oh.
I gotta take it. I don't know. I like
Not-
Seattle. Seattle is
LAX
nice.
for sure.
No, not LAX.
Not LAX. There's too much going on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Our
I know
airport's
that.
really,
for a
really
fact.
tiny in Reno.
our airport's tiny in Reno.
Probably
I
like
would
an SF. San Francisco.
Yeah,
Because there's like
Palm
a good
Springs
balance.
Airport.
Oh, Palm Springs was
Palm
really
Springs
nice.
Airport was really good.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really nice.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of
Yeah.
random, but it was.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I think you too, maybe after softball could be like, airport, like, critics. That could be like a side gig,
Yes.
side
As
business.
we go
you
back
two
and
would do.
forth.
Yes.
Exactly. Folks, Aaliyah Jenkins, Haley Painter, Nevada, of course, fresh off winning the series in Boise, scoring 13 runs in the third inning into a run rule victory over Boise State. Ladies, congratulations on the great weekend and the great season you're having to this point. Good luck the rest of the way, and thank you for taking a few minutes to talk to us here on In the Circle at D1 Softball.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.